Good day. It's time to talk business with Benny, counting every penny. But this time around on a conversation today, we have a distinct privilege of hosting a man whose life journey reads like a compelling testament to global citizenship, dedicated service, and an unwavering commitment to his roots, talking about Nigeria. Our guest is almost irregular. He is a medical doctor, a keen businessman, and a seasoned politician. So please join me by extending a very warm welcome to a distinguished Nigerian in diaspora, Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze. Dr. Nwachukwu, you're welcome to press.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Business Express. Thank you.
Doctor, let's go to the nitty-gritty of our conversation. Yes, it's always been diaspora versus the roots, diaspora versus Nigeria. But let's take off from Nigeria. From the last time you came to Nigeria and from the information you're getting about home in diaspora, what can you say has been our progression? Have we changed anything in terms of engaging businesses, in terms of attracting investors, in terms of assisting the youth to grow through incentives, both at government level as well as a private sector-driven level?
Yeah, in opening, I would say I envision Nigeria where ethnic diversity is seen as strength and asset and harnessed, celebrated as part of the rich heritage. We want a Nigeria where equity, fairness, justice may be the guiding principles for a just society. All we're doing is trying to make Nigeria great, a major power, world power, and take its proper seat in this world, like God intended it to be. So like you're talking about diaspora, a country like India became great because of the diaspora. You know, a lot of Indians control business in America. Silicon Valley, where they do a lot of technology, they are very active, and they take it back home. And now India is a big manufacturing power. We were in the same level as India and China at independence, but they've left us. They're moving rapidly forward, making things. When you bring things to China, they wouldn't let you sell it unless you make it in China. And then you have to use their people to make it. Then they learn how to make it. Then they start making the same thing that you brought. Are you with me?
I'm with you. You're making a very valid point. Okay, doctor. I haven't made your submission at this instance. Now, what is that we need to learn, not just from India, particularly with particular interest to China? China says, for you to produce anything, you have to come and produce it in my country. You have to use my people to do the production before you sell in my market. Now more than ever, Nigeria is now deliberate about Nigeria first, about local content, about projecting the Nigerianness of not just our culture, but also goods and services. As we are saying, made in Aba should be paramount. Made in Nigeria should be what we consume as a country. How can we get that going as a people?
Yeah, we need to see ourselves like a brother's keeper. The right hand wash the left hand wash the right hand. Like I told you before, the different Nigerian groups have their strengths. If we bring it together, we will be a world power. We cannot be stopped. And that's fact yesterday, is still fact today. The world is measured by GDP, gross domestic product.
Yes.
That's how you're judged. That is how much are you producing and selling out to other countries. They're comparing you with China, so you see you're carrying last. They're comparing you to America, you're carrying last. They're comparing you to Germany, you're carrying last.
You know, you're also a manufacturer. You know, you're part of the production, the business environment in Nigeria.
Yeah,
and from what you've done, and the value you're adding is more than the matchbox you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm coming to that. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to let the regular person know. They
yeah,
say the naira don't have any value. They are judging the strength of your money is based on what you're producing and sending out. If somebody's making cars and sending out, somebody's making plane, helicopter and sending out, and you're importing toothpick, don't you know you're in serious trouble? You need to understand that they are comparing you with what they're making in China. They are comparing what America is making. That's why your naira is very weak, because you're not producing anything. So no, they are not more intelligent than us, like I've told you many times. They are not Chinese or Americans or Europeans are not more intelligent than Nigerians. We are as intelligent or more. We just need to have focused leadership that's determined for our people to succeed. You bring the best from all the tribes and put them up in a team that will go and strike and carry the World Cup. That's what I've been calling for. You know, you kill all these namas. Namas that you kill have skin, leather. The leather there can be used to make purse, handbag, shoes, furniture. We have the leather. We have the cows. The Aba people know how to make it. We have lithium, more lithium to make battery than anybody in the world. But they're coming and carrying the raw material. We should be making those batteries in Nigeria and shipping it all over the world. We have rubber. When I was growing up in Midwest, I saw a lot of rubber trees. And we have petroleum byproduct. That's what you need to make tires. We should be making tires and bombing the whole world with tires. They're coming and buying rubber and carrying it overseas and making tires and selling back to you. We need to get away from that. If somebody wants what we have, tell them to come and do it in Nigeria, give them incentive to do it in Nigeria, tell them to hire our young people and give them low tax. That's what they do. If they want your business, they will reduce the tax to attract them to come. That's what we have to do. You need to learn hand skills, learn how to do welding, electrical, plumbing. Women can do hair. You can do hair, do makeup. Something that will make enough money for you to be able to marry husband or husband marry a man. You know, tailoring, all those kind of stuff, practical skills, not just getting sociology degree, and it's not tied to any skill. Government cannot employ a lot of people. In America, government employs like maximum 2 million, and most of it is military, army, navy, air force. American government don't own anything. They don't own any factory. They just make it easy for businessmen to come. In Nigeria, we need to create people like Dangote, people like Innocent Motors, people like Airpeace. If we get 100 of that, we'll be in the right direction. And if you have 1,000 of that, we'll be a world power. I want us to be a world power.
Yes, Doctor. Now you've mentioned the impact of a few private sector leaders are making, not just in Nigeria, but in Africa, as well as globally. With government putting in policies to ensure this happens, what is the role of the private sector? What's the role of private players like you, like the Airpeace, the Dangotes, the Boas, the Otedolas? What is your role in all of this to ensuring that we speed up this process? Yes, 60 years have been wasted. We are not going to rely on what is been wasted in the past. What should we do today? What are those immediate steps we need to take so that we redeem the time past and project into the future?
Yeah, I will start with the past. We used to have Nigerian Airways. It failed. You know why it failed? 90% of the passenger are government workers, ministry of this, ministry of that, permanent secretary, wife of the minister. A plane carries 90% of the people with no pay. What do you think? Don't you see Ethiopia serious? They run it like business, and they are successful. You know, we used to have Nigerian shipping before you were born. I'm sure you don't know that. We used to do Nigerian shipping. They closed. We can't run it. We used to have Nigerian iron and steel. I don't know if it's still there, but since I was small, they've been talking about that, and it's been a failure. And that's the key to forming a country, the iron and steel and aluminum. We used to have Alumaco. This is all failed. You can't run those things with government. They used to have Toyota plant in Lagos. They used to have whether it's Volkswagen plant or 504s, used to have it. It all failed because government this, government that. Government don't put in the best people, they put in their family or people of their tribe. If you put it in the other direction, private people have it, it will work because a private person will not employ a lazy person.
Sure.
A private person will not have ghost work. A private person want people who will work 12 hours a day, not people who will come by 10 and leave by 2 for the same reason. Government can't run anything. Government should be there to make policy and collect taxes. They should make policy, regulate things and collect taxes. Make it easy for businessmen. Find out what they need. Build roads, bring water, bring electricity. You know, help them get loan. America is helping don't you see the big auto companies when they're trying to go bankrupt? America, we give them loan to revive them because they need them to keep the people working. Things like that is with the role of the government. You know, I myself, in America, I have a big medical group of 5,000 doctors. I know that's not what you're here for, but I'm strong in America.
But to the meat of the matter, Doctor, let's talk. One of the areas you touched on, issue of oil and gas, issue of NNPC be run privately. There has been calls by Nigerians, particularly business people like you, to say there should be full privatization of the NNPC, the refineries and the NNPC itself. Yes, the Petroleum Industry Act has given room for private ownership. Government has just got some percentage. But Nigerians are still saying, go to the stock market and list the company and at least the share. Let Nigerians be able to buy and have a chunk of this. Do you see that as a way of further revolutionizing the petroleum sector, particularly the downstream?
Yeah, the whole thing, you know, for me, I'm a private businessman. I believe that everything should be owned by private sector. Maybe government can own 5 or 10%, but they should not be involved in running it. You need to make it competitive and compete with the rest of the world. That's the way to go. Like I told you, I have companies in Nigeria, and they are working very well. So my friends in America say, how can you manage to have company in Nigeria, they don't steal and rob you today? No, they are not stealing and robbing me today because of the way I make I hire young people, mostly, that's what I build it for. And I make them run it. Accounting, marketing, the driving the trucks, the farming part. I made them feel like it's their life, it's their own. That's how they feel. Because I pay people based on what they produce. I don't pay people salary, and you're just there. You come in and you're peeling a goose in the office, just marking time. There's nothing like that. We judge you based on what you produce in a day. The driver that sells 100 bottles of water, 1,000. He's paid more than a driver that delivers and sells 200 bottles. That's how we do it. So everybody there is working hard to produce, to meet their quota. You earn what you produce, what you make. And everybody, some people work 7 days a week for me. Some people work night shift, day shift, some go to school in the morning, work at night. You have to make it like that, like business. Not when people have government work, they come by 10, they go by 2. You come, you say, oh, guys, not in sick. My people, look. I bought land of 4 miles last year, and now we farmed it with rice, and we're harvesting now. I have a mill, and we're going to be making 100 bags of rice every day. And there is a big demand for rice. And I've opened up warehouses where they will be put. Young people, 20 years, 40 years, are running this thing. The drivers are going and picking it up and bringing it to the mill and making it in the mill. I have university professors managing the farm for me. When they are not working at the university, they have time to consult, they come and be telling them, do this, do this, do this. Nigerian professors are good. They're just not motivated by the government, the system. If you give them motivation, they are better or as good as Oyibo people. And that's what I'm using in 1 year.
Dr. Anakwenze, for the want of time, in a way of wrapping our conversation at this time, can you, yes, from the conversation, I've actually deduced the fact that, yes, you advocated Nigeria needs young people in the right places, young people with experience, young people that are experts, young people that are also dedicated. At the same time, motivation is a key word to achieving productivity. What else do you think needs to be done to get Nigeria from where it is today to the next level?
You need to pay for them to go to skill acquisition center. In my village, we're building it. We're building where I come from. We're building skill acquisition center. We're matching boys and girls with what they want to do. 5 people want to be teller. We match them with an experienced teller. We pay the teller to teach them how to be tellers. That's what we're doing. If people want to do plumbing, we take them. We match them with experienced plumber, and we pay the plumber to teach them. That's what we're doing. Government can help build these schools, pay for the school fees, let them have practical skills, not just, I studied literature, don't mean anything. You need to have something practical you can do with your hand. And the government pay for it. And when they come out, if they need money to buy equipment to start that, the government should help them get a loan. They will pay back. I'm not saying give loan to somebody for free, and then they use it to go marry a wife. Anybody you give loan must pay back so you can sponsor another child.
Wow. Dr. Anakwenze, your closing remarks now at this point.
All Nigerians have talent. All the different tribes have talent. But you have to be blind not to see it. Different people. The Yorubas are good like in law, journalism, and they're good in politics. They do politics better than Igbo people. Igbo people are good in economics, making things, manufacturing things. Nobody's hard to beat them. So if you join this type of people together, you will have a team that cannot be defeated in the world. That's what I'm calling for. Use all Nigerians for what they are good for. Use the job people for water. Things that have to do with the ocean, water, river. That's a big business. 70% of this earth is water. Use Nigerians for what they are naturally good at and bring them together, and we would win.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, all the way from the United States of America, connecting with us at this time. Thank you for your deep insight. It's always a pleasure having you on this platform. Hopefully, we will reach out to you soon, and hope you're going to oblige.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that was Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze all the way from the United States. Business Express continues after this break.